Good morning, and happy holidays from myself, Mott's Saturday Somm Things, and my good friend Josh, who's dressed like an elf on the shelf, but not really. He didn't get the memo, and however, he brought some amazing wines from California. We're calling this our holiday wines, food pairing wines, and did you know this is the last segment of Saturday Somm Things with me for 2022. It's been a great year, and what better way to celebrate the holidays and these wonderful wines with you, Josh? So let's go. Take it away.
Awesome. Well, it's an honor to close the year out with these great wines. We're going to start with Frank Family Chardonnay. It's an awesome Chardonnay from Napa Valley. Frank Family Vineyards, it's truly a family operation. So their vineyards are named after their grandchildren.
Right.
And what you get in the glass here is just a beautiful citrus fruit, some really nice lemon in there, and some toasted brioche as well.
Right. There's just a hint of oak. There's a hint of mallow or creaminess, but the balance and the structure is just undeniable, and it always has been.
Great wine to pair with food.
Right.
This would be awesome on any holiday table because it's got a little acidity, so
Sure,
it kind of keeps
sure.
you coming back for more.
Right. You could do baked ham. You could do baked chicken. You could do turkey breasts, or just a simple Waldorf salad, a little salmon spread. This is so versatile and creamy and acidic, like you said, and tasty and affordable.
And affordable.
I like
on
this.
sale in the next week or so here,
yes,
so
sir,
perfect
yes,
time
sir.
to buy it.
Right, and what's nice about Frank Family Winery, they were named Winery of the Year twice in the last 10 years because they're just so consistently good at what they do.
Yeah,
And I'm honored to start with this.
yeah, excellent choice.
It's so smooth. It is gorgeous.
Yeah,
But like everything else,
Gotta move on.
We have to move on.
we have to move on.
Okay.
And we're going to go to Etude. So we're moving down a little further south. We're going to Carneros. Pinot Noir. Etude means to study.
Right.
The winemaker, John Priest, his whole life is about studying Pinot Noir, the best ways to make it. Every year, what he puts in the bottle is the absolute best thing, the best expression you can get from kind of that Carneros area.
Right.
Always successful.
A little caramel, a little cassis, white lifted pepper, some brambles and briars. It adds a little earthiness to the Pinot.
Yes.
And that's why I like them so much, because they just surprise us every now and again where you think, oh, it's too expensive, it's just not for me. This is one of those times where it's just, wow, let me try this again.
Absolutely. And one of the things I really like about this one as it comes to food pairing is it does have a little bit more body and structure than
Right.
maybe some other Pinots do.
Sure.
So it will hold up to some different food pairings. For those Pinot drinkers out there that wanted to have a Pinot with even a steak or something,
Yes.
this would work.
Even world famous ribs that have yet to be mentioned again. However, this would be great with duck, with charcuterie, with salads, even appetizers before the main course. Get everybody in the mood for a little holiday because it's light enough. You could put a slight chill on it and just move into, for instance, our next two calves, because it's just dynamic.
Yeah, love this Pinot, absolutely.
And so affordable and well done, time and time again, vintage after vintage.
Yeah,
I like this.
absolutely.
So that means it's time for wine number 3, the big boys.
The big boys. We've got our two Cabernets from Beringer. We're going to start with the Knights Valley. Knights Valley is actually in the northern part of Sonoma, up where it reaches around and almost touches
Right.
Napa. It's not a very big AVA, and it's something that Beringer, it's a place Beringer's been working for, 48 years, I think.
Right. I
And,
mean, the winery's been there for 140 years. Just crazy good. Mark Beringer used to be the winemaker up until last year, and now it's the wonderful man Rich, who is just doing wonderful things with these beautiful wines that carry on the tradition of Beringer.
Absolutely. And this is just, I think this is an excellent, a great California Cabernet.
It's always a fan favorite because you have lifted mocha, cassis, some blackberry, blueberry, a lot of blue notes. And always a crowd favorite, always a crowd pleaser.
Really approachable,
Yes.
drinkable, on its own or with food. And I think that, the tannin structure on it makes it something that you could come back to.
Right, right. And it's not overpowering, it's not heavy, it's not in your face, it's just balanced and, for lack of a better word, tasty.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just, they're doing so many great things at Beringer that we just buy them and gravitate toward them time and time again. I like this a lot. What would you pair with this?
Man, I think you could go a lot of different directions, but again, anything kind of with this cold weather we've got here,
Right.
some form of a stew would be great, a beef stew or
Sure.
or a steak again.
You could go southern and do gumbo, etouffee, jambalaya.
Now we're talking.
Yes,
Now we're
jambalaya.
talking.
So that leads us to the last wine of the year.
Yes.
Another Beringer favorite.
Before we go to the last wine of the year, I have a question from Vanessa.
Okay.
She would like to know, do all the reds have sulfites in them?
Yes, they do. Sulfites are a natural preservative. They're required by U.S. law to have them in each bottle. So once they're sitting on the shelf, they don't turn to vinegar. The only way you can circumvent sulfites in wine is to buy organic that specifically says on the label sulfite-free, or actually go to France, Italy, where it's not a requirement by their country. And if you have a problem with runny nose, itchy eyes, redness, and you think it's the sulfites, it's not, it's the histamines. So Matzah's advice to you is take a Claritin before you drink red wine, and you will be good to go. On with the show.
I didn't even know I had a pharmacist here with me. What a day.
You actually do.
This is excellent.
Yeah, so Vanessa, that's your question. They all contain sulfites, but that's okay because an orange has more sulfites than a glass of wine. Okay?
Perfect.
Okay.
So on to the Beringer Brothers Cab, and this is a really fun
It is.
way to finish. This wine is an homage to Jacob and Frederick Beringer, who started the Beringer winery and at the time distillery as well. This wine is aged in a bourbon barrel.
I like it. I like it.
And I said to you before this, it's a kiss of bourbon, not a kick. So it's only aged for
Okay.
60 days in there. It's got
Sure.
a really nice mouthfeel to it. It adds a little something, but it's not an overpowering bourbon.
Right. You get those nuances of hazelnuts and toffee, a little coffee, black raspberry, black cherry, but it's still hinting of that little bit of bourbon.
Yeah.
And for this time of year, it's perfect.
Yes.
I like it. It's lighter than I would have thought.
A little bit. And then you get a little bit of the bourbon on the nose. I think there's kind of that sweetness almost on the
Yeah,
nose.
a little
from
brown
the bourbon.
sugar, a little molasses.
Yeah.
Have this with, after dinner toffee or cheesecake or something holiday that just rings so true for these wonderful wines. Well, Josh, thank you so much again for joining me as my last guest. And everybody out there, come on down to Argonaut because we have a wonderful wine staff. And don't be afraid to ask questions or get help. Even Miss Sheila's on the floor. So my advice to you is just relax. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle. And come on down to Argonaut because we have what you need. So Josh, cheers, happy holidays, and we'll see everybody soon.
Happy holidays. Thank you.